All right, we are looking to buy a house.com where transparency is shared. Today is the process. Step number 5. You just got done with step number 4 where you learned about writing the offer. What you need to know is included in your offer and why it's there. Now we're on accepted offer, guys. We're about to run through why time is of the essence, the earnest money deposit. We're gonna run through the inspection, appraisals, how the timeline is drawn. Let's get right to it. Step number 5, accepted offers. That means you've signed it, sent it to the seller, they signed it, sent it back. First thing to know, time is of the essence. Once this clock begins, it starts the timeline for each of these 3 things. I'm talking about urgency. The moment that you receive the offer back from the seller, he signs your offer, you then bottom line signature it, it's the last signature, and it's acknowledging their acceptance of your offer. We've got different windows and time frames along this process that have to be met. Remember guys, the inspection, we talked about you're gonna have 7 days to get the inspection done if that's what's in your contract. Within those 7 days, if anything comes up, you gotta let the seller know. Across the board, we have to have urgency. Whether it's signing documents, obviously understand them. You don't rush and sign things you don't understand. The moving parts of the transaction, 4 different parties in this. We have the agents, we have the buyer, we have the seller, and we have title. In order for them sometimes to do their job, they have to receive something from one of us in order to get that done. That's why time is of the essence. If we write an addendum changing the original agreement, that stuff has to be sent right away so it's into the process. It's now understood. Everyone's on the same page. If anything has to be done, it's taken care of. From your start date all the way to your close, time is of the essence, guys. So the clock has started. We have a signed offer. The first thing that happens in our timeline is the earnest money deposit. In Michigan, it's 48 hours. It could differ depending on what state you're in. Ask your agent, they should let you know. You need to get that check right away. Boom, that's the first thing that happens. We have an accepted offer, write a check for the earnest money deposit. Boom, we just turned in the EMD. We're still within our 7-day window. Time is of the essence. Get the inspection scheduled. In the next video, number 6, I actually go over all the inspections, who you should have out, your average cost that you could expect. What we're gonna know right now, 7 days typically, 7 to 10, 48 hours. Within 7 days, we have to do this. Once this is cleared, last but not least, we have the appraisal. They're gonna contact the listing agent. They're gonna schedule a time where they go out, they review the house, take pictures, go online, they find comparables. This process, depending on what market you're in, depending on how busy it is, I've had it take 4 days and I've had it take 2 weeks. It's our responsibility to do everything as quickly as possible so that this can be ordered as soon as possible. The appraisal typically is the determining factor for how long the rest of the loan takes. Did you know this whole time is of the essence? From day 1 to close, this is about 30 to 45 days. So when you're planning, when you want to start looking for a house, take into consideration, even once you find it, even once you get it under contract, even once you go through the inspection and the appraisal, it's going to take 30 to 45 days for the entire process to work itself out between mortgage, title, and inspections. Last but not least, guys, the projected closing. When you write the offer, you're gonna have a projected closing date. All of this though, the movement within these parts of the process, the reason you do this as quickly as possible, because you wanna get at least a clear to close as quickly as possible. What happens is we project our closing date. On the official offer, you will have a spot that says, we project to close within 30 days, 45 days, and it'll have the date of whatever that is. If something happens in the process and it's not uncommon, you want to meet your goal. Also remember, if something happens in the inspection, you have to bring someone out and it delays it and it pushes it back a couple days. Again, you always want to reach the goal. I'm not saying you want to extend this projected closing date, but understand that it is a projected closing date. It could be closed sooner, depending on the deal. I've had it be pushed back a day, pushed back 2 days. You don't like to have it happen, especially when everything's planned. People have movers, they have everything set up. Just remember, that is a projected date. If you need to, you can write an addendum to get a couple days, and also you can close sooner if you get ready. That's all for number 5, the accepted offers. Hit subscribe. We've got number 6 coming at you where I go deep into the inspections. What do you need? Who do you need? What are you gonna look at? Check it out, guys. Drop me a like. And if you got any questions, you know where to find me, right in the comments. We are looking to buy a house.com where transparency is shared.